Right, once you have the document analysis complete, you've evaluated all 7 documents, now you need to make an argument or a claim. Okay, so hopefully from the 7 primary source documents that you have, you're able to group them together into arguments and then take those 2 or 3 groupings as a means to generate a thesis statement. Okay, now this can be done in a number of different ways. Okay, there is no particular number for grouping documents, so you can use 2, you can use 1, you can use 4. It's up to you, okay? But you want to be able to generate a logical argument based off of the documents. Okay? So make sure, okay, that these, if you have 1, if you have 2, that they make sense. Okay? There's oftentimes, just to let you guys know, one document that is just a little bit odd, okay, a little bit different. Okay? So keep that in mind in each of the document sets. There's always one that allows you to address some sort of complexity and may demonstrate some sort of counter argument. But for at least for now, for the time being, be able to group 6 or 7 documents into 1, 2, maybe even 3 different groups using the categories of analysis that you see here. So be able to create initially some sort of broad, maybe preset characteristic, and then from there, decide which documents support that particular claim. And then you want to be able to refine this in this next step. You want to make sure this is really short in regards to what the Mongols do, because you're going to need to take these and put them into a thesis statement. So again, 2, maybe 3 different groupings that will allow you to go ahead and create a thesis statement. Okay? Feel free to work individually or with a partner, at least while we're practicing this, and take about the next 10 to 12 minutes on this process. So go ahead and pause the video, go back to the documents, find some people if you would like, and work on this particular part. So pause the video now. Okay, coming right back, let me provide a sample of what this might look like. Okay, so for instance, I've got an example here, a student sample with document 2 and document number 1 as well. Okay, so you got for them a summary of the document, okay, and then a means and attempt to try to source the document as well. So in both of these cases, it talks about religion and particularly with the Mongol attitude towards religion as well. So if you associate it with one of the broad preset categories, it's religion. But again, the specifying further part of it is for us to be able to now enhance the argument so that it goes beyond just simply these simple categories, right? So that category might be the religious tolerance of Christians, Muslims, Taoists, and Buddhists, and particularly in China. Okay? So again, we're specifying further. You don't want your thesis to sound like the Mongols had a religious and political effect on Eurasia. No, in this case, this is about religious tolerance in particular China, because again, it's different with each of the khanates as well. So I'm going to refine this a little bit further, because you want to be able to address what the Mongols did and their effect, right? What did the Mongols do and what's the effect? Well, what they did is policies of religious tolerance. That's what they did. But again, the prompt is about what the effect of the Mongols, right? So what's the effect? Well, for at least a short amount of time, it allowed for religious groups that oftentimes were at each other's throats to exist peaceably, to coexist peaceably. That's the effect of the Mongols. Okay? So be able now to take the 1, 2, or 3 arguments that you're making, be able to refine it and make sure it's something that's this short. It should not be longer than a sentence, because again, you have to be able to group all of that together. Okay? So to go ahead and take some time and be able to take that grouping, all of these groupings here, and if you want to kind of get an idea of the process, again, starting with the document sets, having that association with religion and religious tolerance, and again, making sure that you address the prompt here in regard to it's the coexisting peaceably part, not just the religious tolerance. And then from there, generate your thesis statement. All right, go ahead and try the thesis as best you can, either individually or with someone else, and then we'll move on to the context next.